Can I be honest for a second? Motherhood has definitely changed my life. I expected that. This is something that wasn't brand new to me, but I knew my schedule and my priorities would change. Like it was a given. This is something that I accepted upon becoming a mother. Like I got it, understood. What I didn't expect was how it would change me, like me as a person, like how I saw myself. I don't think anyone or anything prepares you for that. Right? Because honestly, somewhere in between becoming a mom, going to work, and taking care of home, managing all of the responsibilities and trying to be everything for everyone, I think after realizing we do all of these things in one, we stop asking that one question. Who the heck am I now? I mean, seriously, who am I now? That's truly what I look at it now after motherhood. Not that I dread motherhood, I love it, but seriously, who am I now? I know I cannot be the only one thinking this, especially on those hard days, right? Before I became a mom, we had a lot of dreams, goals, interests, you name it, a lot of things that we wanted to accomplish. And some of those things might have gone to the wayside, but it doesn't mean that it went away. Becoming a mom, it doesn't necessarily erase those things that we wanted to do. It just definitely changed how we wanted to approach them, right? Because suddenly someone else depended on you. Then another one depended on you, and maybe another one. At least that's what it was for me. And before I knew it, life was not just about me anymore. It was about my children too. And now there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. Honestly, I think this happens just gradually, like it doesn't happen overnight, but it happens over time because you're trying to balance home and work at the same time. And then before you know it, you're also balancing school activities, right? Then you're planning meals because when it was just you, it was a lot easier to just kind of be at the convenience of whatever you need. You didn't have to provide so much. But now it's different because it's not just you anymore. Then you have to remember all of the extra appointments that before you didn't have to do all those anymore. And then you have to start keeping track of everyone else's needs. And then somewhere along the way, you stop checking in with yourself. And moms, it's not because we don't care about ourselves. It's because we're so busy trying to take care of everyone else and making sure their needs get met. I didn't think I realized that until recently after having that moment of clarity after everything that I've recently went through because I've had to just pick myself back up and to get back to where I needed to be because I've spent so much time trying to be productive and get everything done at the convenience of everyone else within my household. Because to me, it's always, I have to show up. I have to make sure everybody has what they need. I have to make sure that nothing falls short. This is always on my mind. It goes back to having all the tabs open in my mind all the time and making sure that everything's remembered. I don't forget anything. I have to make sure that all the responsibilities are met and that I'm strong all the time. But then I'm never stopping to ask myself, how am I doing? What do I enjoy? Or what fills my cup? Like I had someone randomly ask me that recently, and I honestly had to think about that response. Seriously, after you're doing all these things for everyone else, moms, like what really fills your cup? Who are you becoming? Like what version are you becoming? There's nothing wrong with being there for everyone, but how are you taking care of you? What I've realized is I don't think motherhood is finding the old version of ourselves because we're not those same people anymore. We're really not. Even if we wouldn't have had our children, we still would have evolved into someone else over time. People change every single day, right? We've grown, we've changed, we've learned so many different things. We survived so many different things. We carry so many experiences that we just didn't have before. So maybe the goal isn't necessarily going backwards to who we used to be. So maybe it's getting to the version of who we're becoming and what we enjoy now. I've always said this before in all my content that our kids are always watching us, how we take care of ourselves, how we handle stress. They're watching how we talk to ourselves, how we manage relationships with other people, even handling finances. Trust me, they do watch that. They're watching how we pursue our goals. And for me, I want my kids to see a mom that keeps on learning and growing regardless of the situation, a mom who doesn't completely lose herself in everything that she does, even while loving them with everything that she has. That's how I want my kids to see me. Maybe you're in the same season that I'm in where you're trying to ask yourself these same questions and get a better understanding of where you're at and who you are in this journey. Maybe you've been so busy taking care of everyone else that you haven't checked in with yourself either. And if that's you, you're not alone. It happens. Life happens to everybody. I think that's how a lot of moms feel throughout their journey, and we just don't discuss it. So I want to ask you something. What is one thing that motherhood changed about you that no one warned you about? I would love to read it in the comments. For me, I would definitely say it would be gaining patience. My mom always said I would gain more patience when I had kids, and yep, it's there. It's definitely there. So I would love to hear, like I said, what it's been like for you. So moms, if you've been feeling disconnected lately, one thing that's been helping me quite a bit is pausing and reflecting. And that's one of the reasons why I created my Power File Reset Guide. every time I'm having some type of crazy week, and I try to do that now, even when I'm not having that type of week. I try to stay more on top of it to create a stronger habit. It's been really helpful for me. It's definitely really helpful when you needed to check in with yourself and say, hey, what is the reasons that I'm feeling overwhelmed? Could have been something to help me reflect and kind of pass on something to kind of make my life a little bit easier. Because sometimes we really need a reminder to check in with ourselves. I know it is easier said than done, but motherhood definitely changes you. Just being a parent in general changes you. Just stepping in the role, even when you weren't prepared for it. If you're filling in for someone else, it definitely changes you. And maybe that's something to not be afraid of. If you are watching this and you're new to it, don't be afraid of it, because that's not my intention. Truly nothing to be afraid of. It is a growth period. Maybe it's an opportunity to discover who you're becoming. And honestly, moms, I think it's a journey worth taking. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know this is a little bit different, but like I said, I prefer to be honest on this platform and kind of share what I'm going through, the thoughts that I'm feeling, in hopes it inspires other moms, parents, anyone who is going through this journey and may need to hear that, or who has stepped into this role recently or is thinking about being a parent, because this is what it looks like. To a certain extent, everyone's journey is a little bit different, but just to have an understanding of what it may or may not look like for you or the next person. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. As always, moms, I'm always here to support you throughout your journey. Just like I'm giving the love and support to you guys, you always give it back to me, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I will see you next time in the next video. Bye, moms.